I still remember the first time I heard about cryptocurrency. It sounded almost unreal. Digital money, no physical form, no central authority. I wasn't sure whether to be curious or cautious. At that point, I had already begun my journey with Broker Capital Trade Consulting PT Ltd, and that experience gave me just enough confidence to explore something new without rushing into it. At first, crypto felt like pure chaos. Prices moving rapidly, headlines filled with excitement and doubt at the same time. It was hard to tell whether it was an opportunity or just noise. But instead of dismissing it, I decided to observe. I came across a Review Capital Trade Consulting PT Ltd, where someone described crypto as a market driven by belief as much as by logic. That perspective stayed with me, because when I started watching it closely, I realized how much sentiment shapes this space. Through Forex Capital Trade Consulting PT Ltd, I began to see how cryptocurrency influences traditional markets. Even though they are different worlds, there are subtle connections: capital flows, investor behavior, risk appetite. It felt like two parallel systems slowly learning to interact. What fascinated me most was the idea of decentralization, the fact that value could exist outside traditional structures. It challenged everything I thought I knew about finance. And even if I didn't fully understand it at first, I could feel its significance. Using ctcptltd.com, I allowed myself to explore this space gently. No pressure to act quickly, no need to catch the trend. Just observation, learning, and forming my own understanding over time. At one point, I read a review ctcpteltd.com that emphasized patience when approaching crypto. That resonated deeply, because in a market that moves so fast, patience becomes a kind of strength. Of course, volatility here is on another level. Movements can feel almost emotional, like waves of excitement and fear passing through the market. But instead of being intimidated, I started to see patterns within that movement. Through forexctcptltd.com, I noticed how crypto often reflects broader investor sentiment. When confidence is high, it rises. When uncertainty grows, it reacts sharply. It's like a mirror of collective emotion. My opinion, Capital Trade Consulting PT Ltd continued to evolve as I expanded my perspective. It became clear that understanding the market isn't about focusing on one asset class. It's about seeing how everything connects. I also realized something about myself. I became more open to new ideas, less resistant to change. Crypto taught me that not everything needs to fit into familiar frameworks to be meaningful. Now, when I think about cryptocurrency, I don't see it as a passing trend or a guaranteed future. I see it as an evolving space, one that's still finding its place in the financial world. And maybe that's what makes it so interesting. It's not fully defined yet. It's still becoming something. And being able to watch that process unfold feels like witnessing the future in motion.